Hey, what's going on? This is Gary Brackett, Super Bowl champion, CEO, and success coach. And I want to come to you with a message in this very difficult situation. I mean, I think we're really in uncharted, unprecedented territory in terms of the news that came out yesterday with the cancellation of the NBA season, cancellation of some big games in terms of the Big Ten tournaments. More and more companies are choosing to let people work home. More and more schools are shutting down for 2 weeks. Travel is being banned. I mean, there's a lot of news that's out there in terms of what is coronavirus, how do you get it, how do you spread it, and a lot of facts are still uncertain. But I really just wanted to address the leaders right now because in times of uncertainty, in times when there's difficulties that arise, that's when leaders have to step up. And the thing is, you won't always have 100% of the facts in order for you to make a decision. And some decisions that you make may be very unpopular and may ultimately be wrong. But as a leader, you have to be able to decide what's best for you and what's the best decision that you can make with the information that you have. Now, there's a lot of different stories out there. There's a lot of different propaganda. There's a lot of like actual facts of, Bill Gates on YouTube talking about this several years ago. There's a lot of different posts. There's jokes. There's people taking advantage of airline trips. However you want to deal with it, that's completely fine. But I really want to just address the leaders at this moment and discuss some things that you could probably do to ensure like you have a plan. And this is one thing that I had a conversation with my director of ops the other, probably a few weeks ago, and we had a difficult decision to make. And when you make difficult decisions, sometimes you think there's a right answer and you're like delaying your ability to answer because you think the right answer is going to come up. But a lot of times, unfortunately, it's just not a right answer. It's two tough decisions and you have to pick the lesser evil. So just wanted to address some things. Obviously, when we first got news of it as a CEO, we went, Director Ops did a great job and called the team and really just discussed some of the things that we learned. Let's talk about the hand washing, talking about glove use, talking about sanitizing areas in terms of hard surfaces inside of our restaurants. Talked about our employees, if they present sick, obviously letting them the ability to stay at home. So we definitely are constantly having conversations with our team to ensure that we're doing everything in our ability to make sure that our facilities are safe. So that's first of all. But as a family man, as a husband, also having a plan at home because I think it's only a matter of time before more schools potentially shut down. So what does that look like in a household where you have young children and you have two parents that work outside of the home? So I think the time is now to probably start putting some action plans in place in terms of what is that going to look like? What does that look like from a food standpoint? Because now instead of them going to school 4 or 5 days, now they're eating at home. In terms of a responsibility standpoint, who's available to come watch your kids? What's that relationship going to be at work? And I think now is the time to kind of put plans in place, and hopefully you never have to act on them. But I think you have to start addressing this as a real issue. I think no longer we just joke and laugh it off and say this is not something that's going to affect us. Just don't take it seriously. So I'm not a fear monger. I'm not gonna, not go out, not gonna travel, not go out to eat. I'm still gonna do those things, but I'm definitely gonna be cautious in terms of, just the simple stuff, basics, washing your hands, making sure obviously you try not to touch your face and your ears, making sure that you're very respectful of other people's spaces, making sure you're careful in terms of the environments that you're in, right? Some environments may be more problematic than others. So just taking some real safety precautions, but ultimately having a plan. And I think that's an area that we all can have right now and have some contingency plans in place because no one knows. That's the reality of it. No one knows what is going to happen over the next few weeks, months, years even But all we can do now is do the best of what we can with the information that we have. And that's our job as a leader to do that. So I hope this message kind of encourages you to kind of keep the faith. Tough times don't last, tough people do. I get it. I feel the pain as a small business owner. Some of my stores will be hugely affected by this. Some big ramifications. And I know that's the same with a lot of other people. So obviously you have to deal with it. And like I said, tough times will come up, but as a leader, you have to be even tougher, man. Fall time, sometimes get up 8, but put plans in place, contingency plans, so you can communicate and you can make a decision. One way or other, do not be that squirrel sitting in the middle of the street. Make a decision, decide, have a plan of attack. All right. Hope y'all got something from this. If do, share it. And definitely be intentional, be safe, be mindful, respect others' opinions and what they do. But like I said, take care of you and your family. All right, man. All right, have a good one.